Setting up a vending machine business isn't as easy as sitting a machine somewhere and calling it a day. There are business licenses to consider, and one question tends to come up frequently. Do you need to make your vending machine business an LLC? Let's take a closer look at this issue. LLCs are a simple and inexpensive way to protect your personal assets and save money on taxes. You should form an LLC when there's any risk involved in your business and when your business could benefit from tax options and increased credibility. What are the LLC benefits for a vending machine business? Number 1, LLCs provide limited liability protection. This means your personal assets, example a car, house, bank account, are protected in the event your business is sued or if it defaults on a debt. Vending machine businesses will benefit from liability protection, as any food-related business faces increased legal risk. For example, one of your customers claims their employee had food poisoning after eating an expired product in one of your vending machines. An LLC will also protect your personal assets in the event of commercial bankruptcy or loan default. To maintain your LLC's limited liability protection, you must maintain your LLC's corporate veil. Number 2, tax benefits. LLCs, by default, are taxed as a pass-through entity, just like a sole proprietorship or partnership. This means that the business's net income passes through to the owner's individual tax return. The business's net income is then subject to income taxes, based on the owner's tax bracket, and self-employment taxes. Sole proprietorships and partnerships are taxed in a similar way to LLCs, but they do not offer limited liability protection or other tax options. An S-corporation is an IRS tax status that an LLC can elect. S-corp status allows business owners to be treated as employees of the business for tax purposes. S-corp tax status can reduce self-employment taxes and will allow business owners to contribute pre-tax dollars to 401k or health insurance premiums. The S-corp status requires that the business pay the employee owners a reasonable salary for the work they perform. In addition, the business might need to spend more on accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll services. To offset these costs, you'd need to be saving about $2,000 a year on taxes. We estimate that if a vending machine business owner can pay themselves a reasonable salary and at least $10,000 in distributions each year, they could benefit from S-corp status. Number 3, credibility and consumer trust. Vending machine businesses rely on consumer trust. Credibility plays a key role in creating and maintaining any business. Businesses gain consumer trust simply by forming an LLC. A growing business can also benefit from the credibility of an LLC when applying for small business loans, grants, and credit. Now, let me explain all the steps required to register your LLC for your vending machine business. Step 1. Choose a state to register your LLC. You should incorporate your LLC in states where you want to start your vending machine business. In specific, business-friendly states like Delaware or Nevada can be a good place to start. You can register your LLC in these states easily even if you live in another country. Step 2. Choose a name for your LLC. You'll need to create an original name for your LLC. Generally, you should always do some research in your chosen state, to avoid picking a name that already exists. Along with that, you'll need to include a designator for an LLC, normally by adding suffixes like LLC or Limited Liability Company. For example, Candy Treat, LLC, Ace Management, Limited Liability Company. Step 3. Appoint a registered agent. In general, you must have a registered agent for your LLC. Simply put, a registered agent is a person, individual or company, who receives legal papers and has responsibility for filing for your vending machine business. Your registered agent must have a physical address in the state where you incorporate your LLC. Step 4. Create your LLC's operating agreement. Even though most states don't require it, all LLCs with 2 or more members should have an operating agreement. It is a document that outlines the operation and the agreements between the owners of your LLC. Step 5. File Article of Incorporation with Secretary of State. After that, you must file the certificate of formation with your Secretary of State's Business Entities, Division, and the Office of the Judge of Probate to officially incorporate a new domestic limited liability company. The state filing cost for LLCs is between $100 to $750, and it depends from state to state. The filing fee for foreign LLCs is usually a bit more than domestic LLCs. A domestic LLC means that you are already a resident of the state you live in and want to build a business in that state. Foreign LLC, on the other hand, is for people living outside a U.S. state but wanting to start a business or a franchise of their business in that specific state. With that said, most businesses would be applying for a domestic LLC. You can file the certificate of formation online or by mailing it to the Secretary of State. Expect the LLC certification process to take approximately 2 weeks. This is 3 to 4 days for the probate judge and 10 days for the Secretary of State. Step 6. Obtain an EIN. An EIN or Employer Identification Number is a federal tax ID issued by the IRS. They use your EIN to readily identify your firm and tax filings. All LLC firms in the USA pay a business privilege tax, and the state requires you to have an EIN to file. You may also be required to provide your EIN when opening a bank account or applying for municipal permits or licenses. Obtaining an EIN is a slightly longer process compared to their previous steps. I'm sure you know anything to do with the IRS is confusing. First, you must have complete knowledge of your LLC, such as your company information, managing member information, business address, business information, company details, and even critical information regarding vehicular assets and federal excise taxes. This is another reason why getting a professional registered agent is way more convenient, as they can do this for you as part of their service. Now, let's talk about the second option to form an LLC, and that is hiring a professional formation service. Professional formation services do all the steps you should be doing on your own, from filing necessary forms to acting as your registered agent. You usually have to allocate a specific budget for this option. As I already mentioned earlier, IncFile is one of the best companies out there to help you form your LLC. You can click on the link in the description to get access to this deal. IncFile is one of a kind as it offers a free package with services such as preparing and filing your articles of organization. Well, you still have to pay $237 for the state fees, which you would have to do anyway if you chose the DIY option. But looking at the bigger picture, all other companies will still charge their service fee on top of state filing fees. IncFile does not collect this fee. This plan already includes a free registered agent for your first year of subscription, and $119 annually moving forward if you decide to continue the service after the first year. IncFile's next packages are the Gold and Platinum packages, which both have package fees, already on top of the $237 state fee. Each package has its own set of services which are all worthy of the subscription you are paying for. The Gold package offers you the benefits of filing reports and taxes for your LLC. Every year, USA LLCs are required to file a state annual report. This report is essentially an information update of your file so that the state knows who is now in charge and how to contact your company. USA LLCs are also required to file state tax returns. To make matters even more complicated, your annual report and business privilege tax share a document and are due at the same time each year. With the IncFile's Gold package, you won't have to scribble notes of these reports because IncFile will handle the whole process for you. Your Platinum package also has these services in the bag with the unique addition of expedited filing, getting a domain name, and a business email, which essentially increases your LLC's credibility. IncFile also has an exclusive partnership with Bank of America, so you can easily open an eligible checking account for your business. Yes, it is a must for your LLC to have a business account. Remember, an LLC has limited liability, for it is a separate entity from its members. You may forfeit your liability protections if you combine your personal and business money, and this is where the term, piercing the corporate veil, comes into play. Piercing the corporate veil is an LLC jargon that refers to the court's action to hold you as the owner or member of an LLC. personally liable for the LLC's debts or actions. Now, if you have been sued by some lawyer who sees a crack in your LLC, they might resort to piercing the corporate veil in which you are in any position defeated. This is why opening a separate bank account for your LLC is so important. Do you like the level of detail I'm providing you in my review so far? If yes, then make sure to let me know by liking my video and hitting that subscribe button for more high-quality business content.